Hello everyone, welcome back. Glad you joined me. Tonight we're going to make spinach quiche. I didn't know I liked quiche until I started this health journey and had some recipes and looking at some things. And spinach quiche is amazing. Big portion for those that are on the lean and green that I'm coaching with my health journey that are eating, smaller portions of one lean and green is a bigger meal. There's quite a bit of this. You'll love it. But it's a spinach quiche. You have frozen chopped spinach that you want to drain, thaw and drain. Make sure it's drained well. We'll use the recipe we've got here is 3 servings. So we'll use 1.5 cups of spinach, which is 3 of your greens, 10 ounce frozen pack. We'll do that. But right now, for the crust of the quiche, we're going to use the same recipe as we do our cauliflower pizza crust, if you've looked at that. But I'm going to do it real fast. It doesn't take long. You'll see actually how fast it is. A little faster today because I've already got my cauliflower ground up from last night when I made whatever it was I made last night. I had some extra. So, cauliflower crust pizza. 1 cup of riced cauliflower. 1/2 cup of 2% Mexican cheese. Make sure you use the low fat. Make sure you use the 2% milk. It'll be low fat. We're going to use 1/2 cup of that. So 1 cup of shredded cauliflower or riced cauliflower. 1/2 cup of Mexican cheese. And then 1/4 cup of liquid egg substitute. And then 1/4 teaspoon of Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning. And that's all there is to it. Take this, make sure take your rings off. You'll have it all over the place. And then you're gonna mix that up really good. Use your hand because that way you can get every bit of that. You can feel when you have some that's not that's loose and not compact or in contact with the eggs. You want that egg binding all the cauliflower rice together and the cheese. So get that covered in really good. After you get it mixed up, we're ready. If you were making the pizza, spray your pan really good. Put this ball on there, flatten it out really thin. That's all you gotta do to make your pizza crust. Cook it 350 degrees for 26 minutes or so. Flip it and cook for 10 more minutes. I've got another video on this channel here, how I did that and then had the toppings along with it. So here's our pizza crust. And so we're gonna take this. We've got you can use a 9-inch pie pan is what the recipe calls for. I use this baking dish, it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna put the crust in, and then I'm just gonna use my hand to flatten it out evenly, let it get up to the edge as good as I can. It's gonna be fairly thin. I like it thinner anyway because it doesn't taste like cauliflower, which I like cauliflower, but it doesn't taste like cauliflower. If you're having a crust of something, you want it to taste more like crust and not cauliflower. So the thinner it is, the less it'll taste like cauliflower. So once you get that down to where you cover the bottom of the pan, it's gonna be a thin crust. You're gonna put it in the oven, 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. So we're gonna put that in, put our timer on for 10 minutes. And we'll come back and go ahead and start making the egg mixture. We'll get that all made up and then we'll pour it in to the pan once it gets ready. So I'm gonna go clean up my hands and get everything ready for that. All right, now what we're gonna do is go ahead and get our spinach on in the pan, get it cooking. Take our pan, we're going to non-stick pan, put a little pan spray on it. And then we're going to take our spinach, that frozen spinach that we've put in a colander, let it thaw, let it drain out. We're going to put it in here, let it cook about 5 minutes or so. Basically, we want to get all the moisture out of it. After we do that, we'll let it cook down, then we're just going to put it off to the side to hold it to the side until we get ready for it. In the meantime, we're going to make our egg mixture. So let me move this over here so we can see what we're doing. So for our eggs, we're going to take 4 whole eggs. I'll get them right here. Yep. We're going to whisk the eggs and the egg whites. We've got 4 whole eggs and 2 egg whites. You don't want to get those eggs in there. Let me get that out. That won't be, don't want that kind of crunch. So there's another one there somewhere. I'll find it later, I'm sure. All right, so you got 4 eggs. And then 2 egg whites. And then we're going to whisk that together. I'm going to wash my hands first though. Get that egg out. A bunch of eggs, I don't usually do that. It's because y'all watching me. Let me wash my hands, 1 second. Alright, so after we get the egg and the 4 eggs and the 2 egg whites, and stir up our spinach here, just so it doesn't sit there and stick and cook and all that stuff. We want to cook it down a little bit, get the extra moisture out of there. So we're going to whisk our eggs and our egg whites. And then we're going to put unsweetened almond milk. We're going to put 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. Alright. And then we're going to stir in the cheddar cheese and the cooked spinach once it gets done. So the cheddar cheese, we're going to use 1 cup of cheddar cheese. And I've got fat-free cheddar cheese. 1 cup. All right. And then we're going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/4 teaspoon. Yeah. Make sure you get the 1/4 teaspoon, not the half. So it's going to be a little extra garlicky, and that's all right. I don't know where my 1/4 teaspoon went to. So I'm going to use 2 of the 1/8 teaspoons. That's a 1/4. And use the same thing with pepper. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to whisk that together. Don't really have to whisk it, you can just stir it. Get the cheese in there. And then once our spinach gets done, we're going to put that in with the egg mixture. We got 4 more minutes on the crust, and that's all. We're gonna wait 4 more minutes and get that together. But I appreciate y'all coming to watching my show here, and I hope you would subscribe and share this with your friends. And if you want to find out more about the health journey that I'm on, which last summer I was biggest I've ever weighed in my life, and just miserable, just happily, miserably happy, if you can be, if you can do that. I was happy in my heart, but I just didn't feel good, out of breath every step of the way, everything I did. I couldn't do anything without being out of breath. And a friend of mine actually, I saw his transformation. I reached out to him and found out, what are you doing? And he told me. So I'm coaching others to do the same because I feel amazing. This is one of my big shirts too, as you can tell. But I lost 67 pounds in 4 months, and just feeling amazing. And I want to be able to help people get to that point. And these are the things that I was able to eat for my lean and green. So while I was losing that weight, so I wanted to start a cooking channel so I can show people how to make those things that I made. And the spinach here looks like the moisture's coming out of it. So we're going to turn that off. We've got 2 more minutes. It's not going to cool down much in 2 minutes, but you don't want to put it in there really hot because you'll actually cook the egg in the bowl, and you don't really want to do that. So we're going to wait 2 more minutes to put that in there. But anyway, so I just wanted to have a cooking show. I love to cook and show people how simple it really is to cook healthy. And most things that I cook, like we've only been on here, this is 7 minutes. The other little thing was 4 or 5. And in about 7 or 8 more minutes, we're going to be done, except it's going to be in the oven for 45 minutes. And then we can eat. And that makes 3 servings. We'll show you that when we get done. But driving down to the fast food place because you don't want to take the time to cook. I mean, you're going to wait in line 20 minutes there. It's going to take you 10 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get back. You could have already had this done in the comfort of your own home. All right, we got 1 more minute on this, so I can get my oven mitt. Compliments of Cheyenne. And if you don't know who Cheyenne is, she's a beautiful young lady. There's the cauliflower crust. So we're going to set this here. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and put our spinach in our egg mixture. We've already got everything else in there. We got a little bit of extra garlic tonight, but that's okay. I like garlic. Put our spinach in here. So we've got our egg mixture, all of our seasonings, our cheese, and then the spinach. All right, so we're going to mix this up good. And the recipe actually calls for feta cheese, and I just realized I was out of feta. So I'm just going to use Parmesan, grated Parmesan. Once I pour this into the pan, so I almost grab that. Don't grab your hot pan without a hot pad. I almost did it. I've done it before. It didn't feel good. All right, so we're going to take our egg mixture, spinach egg mixture, put it in the dish here, along with on top of our crust. All right. Sometimes the spinach doesn't get even all the way across, so I move it around a little bit so it'll look even there. And then I'm going to take the feta cheese, 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup of feta cheese, which I'm going to use grated Parmesan. You could use that or mozzarella or whatever, but I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. I haven't had it with the Parmesan, but I'm sure it'll be good. But it probably won't be as good as that feta. Feta is a new cheese to me. I'd never bought it or anything like that. It is amazing. Ooh, man, even this Parmesan smells good too. All right, so after we do that, we're going to put this in the oven. My hand, I got Parmesan on my hand. Put this back, oh man, I knew that was gonna happen. Put this back in the oven. My glove dipped down in the cauliflower, into the quiche. All right, we're gonna cook this, like I said, for 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And then, once we get done, set the timer down. Once we get done, we'll bring it out, show you what the finished product looks like. Well, we're back. It's out of the oven, and that right there looks beautiful. You can see how big my hand is. That is a big quiche that makes 3 servings. A lot, and it's thick. I mean, that's a lot of food. And get to do that and lose weight. So it's amazing. So this recipe, the spinach quiche, makes 3 servings. Like I said, we're gonna. If you had it in a pie pan, it's easier to cut it in thirds. But we're gonna eyeball this and try to get a bit thicker, wider here, but it'll be wider here in the middle. So we're gonna divide it into 3, and the 3 servings is 1 lean. For those following the lean and green plan, 1 lean and 2 greens and 2 condiments. So you'll need to add 1 more green to your meal to fulfill your lean and green meal, which I've cut up some diced tomatoes. I was gonna have a little salad, but we don't have any lettuce. You could have a small salad, like you get 1 green, so a half cup of lettuce and a 1/4 cup of tomatoes, 1/4 cup of, it'd be half cup of lettuce, 1/8 cup of tomatoes, 1/8 cup of green peppers, and a little bit of dressing for your condiment would fulfill your green. So what I'm gonna do, very carefully, is try to divide this into 3 even. Let me get a knife. All right, so I'm gonna cut it light and fluffy. And it didn't go straight because I realized I wasn't cutting enough of it off, making it big enough. So we're gonna try to, this is, a pie pan would be a whole lot easier. See if I can get it out here looking good. Get it on the plate. Oh yes. And then we're gonna put a serving of tomatoes right on top. Pile that on top and it'll fall along the side. And watch this. All right, so here is our lean and green spinach quiche topped with some diced tomatoes. And this, my friends, truly is amazing. Look at all that spinach in there. Get a little bit of tomato with that. It's gonna be hot. That's crazy how something that healthy can be that good. And get a little big portion. Look at it, covered almost a third of my plate. Anyway, subscribe to my channel here. Share it with all your friends. If you know anybody that could benefit from getting healthy, which look around, it's everybody. And you want to know what that would look like for you, give me a call, message me, find me on Facebook, Jeremy Channel on Facebook, or I think you can send a message here on this YouTube channel. Anyway, I'd love to talk with you and just see what your goals are, what your desires are, and see if we can help you get there. I'll see y'all next time.